Hello, everyone. There is a little bit of news about one of my most anticipated, if not my most anticipated, superhero or comic book films coming up, The Flash. So, the director, Andy Muschietti, has actually done an interview and said that he supports Ezra Miller coming back as The Flash if there were to be a sequel. So, let's talk about that a little bit, my opinions on that, and let's talk a little bit about the implications that could have moving forward with the DCU. All right, so here is the interview. Um, Andy Muschietti supports Ezra Miller returning to lead potential sequels. I am going to reserve my judgment on Ezra Miller's acting because he has yet to be the Flash in his own feature film for the public audience. There's been a lot of people that have seen it early or whatever it may be. So we're still waiting for all of us to see that, and then at that point, I'll judge his character as Barry Allen. So if Andy Muschietti says if a sequel happens, yes, this is him talking about Ezra Miller. I don't think there's anyone that can play that character as well as he did. The other depictions of the character are great, but this particular version of the character, he just excelled in doing it. And as you said, the two berries, it feels like a character that was made for him. So that's really good to hear as a Flash fan, and I'm excited to see the movie. But personally, I don't know if I can get on board with Ezra Miller and all of his track record, I guess you could say, with the accusations of grooming children or starting a cult was one of the accusations made. He was charged with burglary. He pled not guilty to that. I'm not sure that anything has come of those yet, but we'll see what happens in the future. For me personally, I just think that a person who is going to play superheroes like the Flash or Superman really need to embody what that character stands for as a human being outside of the film itself. He very well may be a fantastic Barry Allen, and I could watch the movie and be like, you know what? Yeah, let's have him come back. And I'm gonna hold my judgment, but personally, outside of the film, just don't see him as Barry Allen or the Flash because that's not what the character stands for. As for the DCU, this could have some major implications moving forward. It really could. So with the DCU, James Gunn is basically recasting everything. We've seen all the Snyder fans and Henry Cavill fans freaking out because he's no longer going to be Superman. We also have the Ben Affleck fans really upset that he's not going to be playing Batman anymore after this Flash film. And it's good reason. I think they had very special things in their own right for these characters, but I also think that a new fresh face that maybe people don't really know all that well, this can change that person's life. And James Gunn made us care about a talking raccoon who is a B or C list character in the Marvel comics. So I'm really excited to see what he does with characters like Superman, The Flash, Batman, all of these incredible A-list top tier characters, some of the greatest of all time. I mean, Superman is literally the blueprint for superheroes. I'm very, very excited to see what he can do with them. And when it comes to The Flash, maybe they can continue the story, I guess, but I would really like to see it as an Elseworlds because if they're going to recast everybody, I would like to see James Gunn use the stories that he's already told, maybe Peacemaker, a little bit of Peacemaker, which I think he's already said he's going to do, and the Suicide Squad, and use that as like, oh, like this is a prequel to what the DC universe is about to become. And maybe The Flash sets it up. I don't know. I'm just really excited to see the movie. But I would like to see a new Flash cast, and I'd also like to see a Wally West appear fairly soon in the DCU. I think there's a lot of stories to be told with all these different characters. I love the Flash. It's my favorite superhero of all time. And honestly, reading some of the comics that James Gunn has suggested on Twitter, I am becoming more of a Superman fan than anything. So I'm really, really excited to see that. I think the DC universe is in really good hands with James Gunn. I just hope that people don't let their feelings stop them from going to watch the film. I don't like Ezra Miller, like as a person outside of, I don't agree with him on basically anything, but I am excited, and I can appreciate the love for Barry Allen and the Flash that he may or may not have. But either way, if people are saying that he's crushing this role, he's made for this role, then I'm really excited because I love the character and I love the person too. Don't get me wrong, but I just want to see a whole new, fresh DC universe, and I want them to tell all of my favorite stories from the comic books. And just as a kid inside, I am whenever the first time I go to a screening of The Flash or James Gunn's Superman movie, Superman Legacy, I just know I'm gonna be shaking with joy. I'm gonna be ready to just jump out of my seat and scream whenever I see him come on screen for the first time. I'm I'm very hopeful for DC, and I hope you all share the same sentiment. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I am going to share my thoughts on a lot of different things, break down a lot of different things. And this is probably my first video on my YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe and come hang out with me live whenever I do go live. But I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Peace. Why are you still here? Go. But subscribe first.